This week we're hunting my backyard. No, literally my backyard.
It's South Texas wildlife paradise here at Mellon Creek Ranch.
Good thing that Stephanie hunts deer in Texas where we've got several hundred tags.
She had deer piled up everywhere. They were laying all over the place.
It's whitetails.
Just wait on it to turn broadside. Okay.
Wild hogs.
Oh, hogs, right here.
And a little anger management.
Oh, I like paintball because I get to shoot people legally.
It's gonna get crazy, and the enemy of fun, well, he's gonna have some fun.
Yes!
Shoot.
Oh my God.
Time to get up now.
Our lives move pretty fast, but it's only in the moment of the hunt that life slows down. It's not a matter of what we do, but how we do it. With passion, drive, and the challenge to accept nothing but our best. We are the Wildlifers.
This week we're going to get to hunt in our backyard.
Stephanie and Dustin are going to hunt some whitetail at Mellon Creek this week, trying to find some nice bucks that Dustin's been watching and some that Hagen and I have been watching for Stephanie.
We're going to try to take some hogs out with a helicopter.
And some paintballing. It's gonna be fun.
Texas is where Dan and Stephanie call home. And growing up on the family's 100,000-acre ranch, Mellon Creek has its privileges.
Mellon Creek is, for Texas, the ultimate wildlife sanctuary.
Man, we've got whitetail, we've got hogs, we've got wild turkey.
You can take my cat dogs out and catch a bobcat. You can drive down to the beach and cast your line out and catch a trout, you catch a redfish.
I mean, this is a hunter's paradise.
You'd be hard-pressed to find a more game-rich environment than this one right here.
You know, this ranch is big, and there's a lot of deer.
The ranch is 110,000 acres, and it's been in the O'Connor family for almost 200 years, and it's all continuous. It's all inside one fence.
You know, it's my job to manage this deer herd, and I've got a plan in place.
The management plan that we put into place was to seriously back the numbers down and get it as close to a 1-to-1 buck-doe ratio as we could.
This is our third year in, and the bucks are getting bigger. I mean, it's working.
We figured a 5-year plan for optimum antler growth and really starting to see a huge, huge difference. Hagen and I talked, and between he and I, Guiding Hunts, decided we would team up and take Steph and just let Dustin go and do his thing.
I'm looking forward to it. I got two of the best guides you could think of. Gonna take me shoot a whitetail.
And this is Dustin's first chance to actually hunt Mellon Creek as a hunter.
I've never had the opportunity, the green light, to go after a giant. Man, I'm excited. This evening, we're going to a pop-up blind where I know this old buck hangs out. I've been watching him grow for the last 5 years. It's kind of like watching an apple out on your tree. You don't want to pick it until it's ready, and man, I've got a really mature buck picked out.
I'm thinking this deer's gonna come in down there. He's gonna walk this fence line and come in to go to that feeder.
I sure hope he shows himself.
But I don't know, because I ain't seen him in 2 months.
You know, we're not just going after any deer. You know, we've still got to go by the rules of our management plan. This year's different. I mean, these deer have got all the resources they need in the brush. I mean, they've got food, they've got water, and they've got cover. The only thing that's going to pull them out is the does. But here's the catch. Those does, they got their food, water, and cover in the same spot, so even they're not coming out. It's a dead, dead night. We're driving by and Hagen has been seeing a buck, an 11 point,
down this dirt road toward a set of pins that we call the Jack Flat pins. And somebody sees a deer way down that road. Well, Hagen throws up his binoculars and he goes, "That's him. That's the one we're after." Where? Down right.
Can't see his head.
It's gotta be a buck. I said, "Well, okay, man, the wind's good. Okay, let's just try and go right down the edge of the brush here. Get her close enough for a shot, 'cause this deer was a long way."
So I'm thinking, I got 2 of the best guides. This is gonna be like a layup.
And we finally get to where I think, man, this is about as close as we're gonna be able to get.
Let me get her set up and you get the camera.
If we get any closer, something bad is gonna happen. We sneak out and get her sticks screwed down to where she can sit down, and I'm looking through my binoculars.
He's right there. Are you ready for me to take a shot?
Just wait on him to turn broadside.
Okay. All right, ready? Stop him.
And she shoots.
Shoot. Smoked him, dropped him.
And they say take him, I shoot.
Thinking, okay, cool, we got him. And I'm looking through my binoculars. Wait a minute, is that him?
No.
I only see one horn. What's going on?
What do you mean, is that him?
It's not him, that's a different deer. I don't know what the hell doing that.
That deer's got one horn.
I shot his horn off.
I don't even really know what happened.
And that's when things go south.
I don't remember ever screwing up that bad. We're driving by and somebody sees a deer.
Can't see his head.
It's gotta be a buck.
So I'm thinking, I got 2 of the best guides. This is gonna be like a layup.
So we sneak out and get her sticks screwed down to where she can sit down, and I'm looking through my binoculars.
And they say take him, I shoot.
Shoot.
Smoked him, dropped him.
The gun goes off, the buck falls. That's about the last time that anything went right that day, other than her getting the deer.
Oh, God.
He's down. Good job. Good shot.
So, in the midst of all this,
I wasn't rolling.
What?
best cameraman,
Didn't hit the record button. And I'm looking through my binoculars.
Wait a minute.
What's that one, Hagen? What is that?
Is that him? That's him. His horn broke off.
I only see one horn. What's going on?
It can't be him.
I didn't hit his horn. I hit him.
It looks like him, Hagen.
That's him, man. You want me to shoot him?
So I'm thinking, well, I've seen this before. You know, if you shoot a deer in the base of the antler right here, it just knocks him out and he'll get up and leave.
they're like, the buck's up right there. Shoot him, Stephanie. You missed. And I said, I didn't miss. I saw him go down.
Now, between Hagen and myself, you've probably got 50 years of professional hunting. So I tell her, Steph, shoot him. Get him.
Shoot him? Okay, all right.
Cameraman, are you ready or?
I'm ready and we're rolling.
Now, I know he's laying there now. So good. We got the deer. Everything's good.
I've seen a lot of deer get hit in the horn, but I never seen one just
Never fall like
and
that.
get up and come back out.
She just made a bad shot on the first one. Hagen and I are telling her, you know, we'll be able to pick that horn up. Chad can fix it if you decide you want to mount it. It's no big deal.
I know, but
I didn't break his horn. Unless he broke it when he fell.
Broke it when he fell.
When he fell.
In the mud?
Well, how else would he break his horn?
I don't even really know what happened.
Best case scenario, we got 2 deer laying.
No way.
Yes.
No.
We shot 2 deer.
Yeah, there's 2 deer laying there dead.
Ain't he cool? Yeah, she nailed the first one. That wasn't even the buck we were looking for.
I'm okay with shooting 2 bucks because I love to eat deer meat.
This is a cool buck.
I've never killed anything like that either.
All I know is that it was just a colossal screw up of epic proportion. The only plus is in Texas it's legal. That's the only good that happened that afternoon.
I can't believe y'all just let me do that.
Well, that deer's left side is the same as this deer's left side.
Bad luck was on our side from the time we got out of the truck. We probably should have not even got out of bed that day. But Stephanie shot well. She was happy. She had deer piled up everywhere. They were laying all over the place. But it was bad. I just screwed it up. So did Hagen. There you have it.
Because I knew the buck went down. I knew he went down. But nobody will listen to me.
On another part of the ranch, Dustin is still waiting for his chance at a nice buck.
Dustin starts off in a blind, sitting right around where he's seen a good buck, a bunch of times.
In Texas this year, man, the hunting's tough. I mean, they've got everything they need in the brush. They've got water, food, cover.
I think that if something was going to come in, they would have been here by now. So I think we're just kind of wasting our time sitting here.
It's time to get out of the blind, pick up the rifle, and get something done. I'm going to an area where nobody except me has ever seen this buck. There's one road down here that's really thick. There's no senderos. I mean, it's great for a big, mature whitetail to live in. He's in the best spot on the ranch. As we walk into this setup, just setting everything up, getting shooting sticks, and right behind me, I hear a snort.
And they look up, and there's the buck he's after.
Before we could do anything, he's out of there. He's gone.
He was right behind us. We were in the right spot, just looking the wrong way.
Once they get in the brush here, you're done. So you're better off to just back away and try another time.
For the next day and a half, we hunted that buck. And I mean, we hunted hard. We put in some hours.
So he switched his plan from going after that big one to going after just an 8-point cull buck.
We're going to a new area of the ranch. We've got about an hour of daylight left. We've got to make something happen. All of a sudden, I look down a pipeline.
There's a really old 6-year-old 8-point out there.
Hey, what a great opportunity to get a cull buck out of the herd.
This is probably as close as I think I'm gonna get. He's been kind of looking our way the whole time. I think he's a little over 300 here.
This is a great cull buck. I'm gonna take him.
And just like Dustin Mueller normally does, he gets what he goes after.
He's a great 8-point buck. He's not quite the big buck that we were after this week, but we were running out of time.
Hey, we've been hunting hard all week trying to get a buck down. We got one on the ground.
We're gonna get him back. We'll show him to everybody. Big old mature 8-point.
Now it's time to go meet up with the rest of the crew and shoot each other with paintball guns.
The Wildlifer crew heads out for the evening to partake in a little family fun.
I think it's important that families do things together, and our family doesn't do anything but hunt. I mean, what better way to have fun than hunt each other, right?
I am the enemy of fun, no question about it.
And he doesn't go to the movies. He very seldom plays cards or any games that we play around the house.
But I do like to have a paintball game every now and then.
He loves paintball.
What time is the paintball thing? Why do I like paintball? Because I get to shoot people legally.
I guess he just loves to hunt so much that he'll hunt us just to go have fun.
Man, that's the only time I can take my frustrations out on all these people.
The great part about this, we can take out some aggression on each other, and they don't even know it.
They're like, okay, Dan, you're team captain this time. You get to pick first. Well, Hagen's standing there. Hagen's the best paintballer in the entire Mellon Creek staff. I'm gonna pick Hagen.
Okay.
Then I had to listen to Stephanie. Oh, you picked Hagen. You didn't pick me.
I'm going over here. I want Steph on our team because she's bad at that. Especially when she gets mad.
Whatever. Now listen, when they go 3-2, go. Go.
This is a great time. I mean, we take all our guys that work for us. We all have fun shooting each other.
Daniel, watch that snake.
Oh! Out! What about Dan?
You gotta have a referee playing with Dan, because he will cheat.
I'm pretty sure you get stuck and they hit you in the leg, you cheater!
The judge that went with our team, I slipped him $100. I said, if you see me hit, you didn't see me get hit.
I can see him doing that.
If you get hit, don't tell anybody. Hagen's the best paintballer in the entire Mellon Creek staff. He's slippery, he's sneaky, he's little. He can get under and behind anything.
There's nothing better than sneaking up behind somebody and popping them in the back 3 or 4 times before they can say they're out.
So it's fun to go somewhere and be against each other every now and then and switch the teams up and me shoot Dustin and Dustin shoot me.
The champions!
And, you know, when we get done, hey, we're all still friends.
The next morning, the gang is up early. Having successfully hunted for whitetail, the crew now set their sights on a different prey.
Hey, this morning we're gonna get up in a chopper and we're gonna go shoot some hogs out of a helicopter.
Down here in this country, these hogs destroy everything.
These hogs are tearing up the roads, they're tearing up our fields.
You gotta keep them backed off, so when we see hogs, we shoot hogs. We got a helicopter coming in with a really good pilot.
Our pilot, he's experienced. He gives us a pep talk on gun safety before we take off.
It's easier to keep both eyes open. Pig comes in view, shoot pig.
This is awesome.
Well, Dustin and Stephanie are gonna alternate herds of hogs from the helicopter, and I'm just gonna follow along close in the truck.
I'm up first, Stephanie's on deck, and Dan's gotta pick them all up off the ground. That's the best part. We're having heck seeing them down there because they have so much cover.
Well, when they left that morning, I said, go to the prairie. No trees in the prairie, it's all salt grass. And what do? They go straight to the big brush.
You know, Hog's not very tall. He's, you know, only a couple of feet off the ground, and we've got to look hard for him.
We're gonna have to try to shoot him in here. I know it.
So things got off to a little bit of a slow start this morning, and I absolutely love it when I'm right.
The wildlifers are in their own backyard at Mellon Creek Ranch. Stephanie and Dustin have taken to the air to thin out the hog population.
Well, hog hunting out of the helicopter is just a perfect thing. And I know that Stephanie and Dustin are ready to roll. Dustin's maybe done it one time before. Stephanie hasn't done it.
Up hogs, right here. Bunch of them. Right there, see them?
So when we find them, we start pursuing these hogs, and we're starting to push them to the open areas to where it's easier to get to them.
Oh, yeah. Let's go for it. I'm gonna put him in the head. Oh, done. One shot. Big down. He won't be rooting up and tearing up the roads anymore.
We push him to some open areas where he can drive close to. That way he can get in there and get them picked up.
Well, Dustin's really doing good, man. He's laying them down. You know, he's talking and he's hanging out the side. Dustin's not real crazy about height.
This is really cool. I mean, we're finding these hogs shaded up. We're finding them in the water.
I can hear the pop, pop, pop of Dustin's rifle going off, and I know that the hogs are having a bad day.
Put a hurting on them so far.
Now that Dustin's shot plenty of hogs, it's my turn.
Well, Stephanie's gotten to where she shoots very well, and I was curious how she was going to do out of the helicopter. She took to that pretty well and really did good.
There you go. Good job, Steph.
What's even better than shooting a hog out of a helicopter? That's shooting a coyote. I love to kill coyotes.
You gotta throw a lot of lead in these. There you go. Nice. Coyote down. That's what Stephanie loves to shoot more than anything in this world.
So I'm constantly trying to work on my shooting skills. And trying to shoot a hog out of a helicopter when everything's moving, it's a challenge, but it's fun.
And this one particular hog we find, and he's headed towards Dan.
He's in and out of some thick brush, and they can't really see him very well, and he's coming toward the road.
So we thought, let's let Dan enjoy some shooting.
I'm gonna tell Dan we got one coming to him. Yeah.
I just get out of the truck with my rifle, and sure enough, he shoots across the road, and when he did, I got him.
Headshot.
I mean, it is a really cool perspective to see this from the air.
That was so cool.
That was cool. That's a big hog, too.
I've never seen anything like that.
Our helicopter driver, he's a little crazy.
The pilot's a little bit of a daredevil, and he's flying down the creek, and he is right at treetop level.
I mean, I live here, and I don't know that creek that well.
It looks scary from the ground. I can imagine what it looked like from inside the chopper.
I didn't think I was going to live through that moment.
A week like this absolutely describes to perfection why I love South Texas and the Mellon Creek Ranch.
I mean, I tell you what, that is a great week of hunting.
Steph got a couple of bucks at Hagen's in my expense, and Dustin got one too. Wasn't the one he was after, but he got one.
And we had a great time on the paintball field, taking our aggression out on each other.
You know, the helicopter hunt was a complete success.
What more could we want? It was a great week.
For all your Wildlifers social media needs, make sure to follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram.